Welcome to Exodus chapter 2, where Pharaoh's daughter adopts Moses. Verse 1. A man from Levi's family married a Levite woman. Verse 2. The woman became pregnant and had a son. She saw how beautiful he was and hid him for 3 months. Verse 3. When she couldn't hide him any longer, she took a basket made of papyrus plants and coated it with tar and pitch. She put the baby in it and set it among the papyrus plants near the bank of the Nile River. Verse 4. The baby's sister stood at a distance to see what would happen to him. Pharaoh's daughter came to the Nile to take a bath. Her servants walked along the bank of the river. She saw the basket among the papyrus plants and sent her slave girl to get it. Verse 6. Pharaoh's daughter opened the basket, looked at the baby, and saw it was a boy. He was crying, and she felt sorry for him. She said, "This is one of the Hebrew children." The baby's sister asked Pharaoh's daughter, "Should I go and get one of the Hebrew women to nurse the baby for you?" Verse 8, she answered, "Yes." So the girl brought the baby's mother. Pharaoh's daughter said to the woman, "Take this child, nurse him for me, and I will pay you." She took the child and nursed him. Verse 10. When the child was old enough, she brought him to Pharaoh's daughter, and he became her son. Pharaoh's daughter named him Moses, pulled out. She said, "I pulled him out of the water." Verse 11. In the course of time, Moses grew up. Then he went to see his own people and watched them suffering under forced labor. He saw a Hebrew, one of his own people, being beaten by an Egyptian. Verse 12. He looked all around, and when he didn't see anyone, beat the Egyptian to death and hid the body in the sand. Verse 13. When Moses went there the next day, he saw 2 Hebrew men fighting. He asked the one who started the fight, "Why are you beating another Hebrew?" Verse 14. The man asked, "Who made you our ruler and judge? You going to kill me as you killed the Egyptian?" Then Moses was afraid and thought that everyone knew what he had done. Verse 15. When Pharaoh heard what Moses had done, he tried to have him killed. But Moses fled from Pharaoh and settled in the land of Midian. One day while Moses was sitting by a well, verse 16, 7 daughters of the priest of Midian came. They drew water and filled the troughs to water their father's sheep. Verse 17. But some shepherds came and chased them away. So Moses got up, came to their defense, and then watered their sheep. Verse 18. When they came back to their father Reuel, he asked them, "Why have you come home so early today?" Verse 19. They answered, "An Egyptian rescued us from some shepherds, even drew water for us and watered the sheep." Verse 20. Reuel asked his daughters, "Where is he? Why did you leave the man there? Go, invite him to supper." Verse 21. Moses decided to stay with the man, so Reuel gave his daughter Zipporah to Moses as his wife. Verse 22. She gave birth to a son. Moses named him Gershom, foreigner, because he said, "I was a foreigner living in another country." Verse 23. After a long time passed, the king of Egypt died. The Israelites still groaned because they were slaves, so they cried out, and their cries for help went up to God. Verse 24. God heard their groaning, and he remembered his promise to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Verse 25. God saw the Israelites being oppressed and was concerned about them. Key teachings from Exodus 2. 1. God's protection is strategic. Moses was born during a time of death, but God's hand protected him through Pharaoh's own daughter. 2. God uses all seasons for preparation. Moses spent 40 years in Egypt learning royal leadership, then 40 years in the wilderness learning humility and shepherding. Moses was being trained to lead people both with authority and compassion. 3. Right passion, wrong method. Moses had a heart for justice, killing the Egyptian, but lacked God's instruction. We must wait on God's direction, even when we're passionate. 4. God's timing is perfect. Israel suffered long, but God had not forgotten them. His plan was already in motion through Moses' preparation. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more.